A polynomial is a monomial or a sum or difference of terms that are monomials. Okay, so then what is a monomial? A monomial is one term. So, for example, 5 or 2x or even 3x cubed. These are all individually one term. There's no plus or minus signs in between them that make them more than one term. A binomial then is two terms. So that would be like 2y minus 1. That's a binomial. Or you could have 10b to the fourth minus 2b. So this is two monomials put together by an addition or even subtraction sign. And then I'm sure you can guess that a trinomial is an expression with three terms. For example, w to the fourth minus 2w squared plus 5. This is called a trinomial. And then the last term number to name would be expressions that have 4 or more terms. Those are just called polynomials. So whether they have 4, 5, 6 or more terms to them, they don't have a fancy name, they're just called polynomials. Okay, so we're going to also classify polynomials not just by how many terms it has, but also by the degree. So before we start to do that, we need to verify that what a degree is, and this should be review for us. The degree of a polynomial in one variable is the greatest valued exponent. So for example, if you were given this following quadratic, the highest degree is 2 because this x has a 1 and 2 beats out the 1. It's higher than it. So you would say this is a polynomial with degree 2. Okay, now I want to go back to this one variable part. This means that if you notice in this example down here in blue, x, there's only x's, or there's only y's, or there's only b's, or whatever the variable is, but you can't name a polynomial based off degree if you have x's and y mixed in. So if I had 7x squared y plus 2x, I can't name that because this y right here causes this binomial to be out of one variable that it needs to be in. Okay, now let's look at this example. This is a binomial because there's two terms. And then what is the highest degree? What would you name this binomial based off of its degree? The answer is 7. Even though the 5, the x to the fifth, is written first, we'll talk about the proper form in a second, but even though you need to scan the whole expression and look for that highest valued exponent. Now again, this is also in just one variable because we only have one variable of x. Let's look at this next example. 12a to the third plus 4a to the second minus 1. The highest degree is 3. So this is going to be a polynomial of degree 3. Now I just want to point out, it's all in one variable, a and a, but there isn't an a to the first. But there doesn't have to be. Nobody said that you have to include every single value down 3, 2, 1, 0. You are just looking for the highest valued exponent. Okay, so now standard form is going to help us be able to identify the degree of a polynomial much easier because from this point on, I want all of your expressions, all of your polynomials to be in standard form. And all that is saying is they have to be written in decreasing degree order, and I'll show an example. Okay, so let's look at this example right here. It goes 6, 5, 4, 2, there's a 1 right here, and then obviously this is x to the 0. So 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 0, it is decreasing all the way down. This one is definitely in standard form. And the other note that I just want to say from the slide that you saw before, not all degrees need to be included. And I said that before, and basically what I'm saying is just because we went from 4 to 2, I don't need an x to the third here. I don't need it at all because that would change the value then of my polynomial. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. Alright, so I'm going to give you an example, and what I want you to do is give it a try, and I want you to write it in standard form. So you have 3x to the second minus 10x to the fourth plus 9. So take a second and write this in standard form. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to look for is the highest exponent, which is this right here. It's the 4, but you need to take the whole term. And yes, this would technically be plus negative 10, so you're going to start negative 10x to the fourth. Then the next highest degree would be this 2 right here, so you're going to take this whole term, plus 3x squared, and then your last guy right here, plus 9. And there we go. It's in standard form. So this would be considered 3 terms, so this would be a trinomial, just to add on what we've already learned. And then in front of that, you could say that the degree would be, the 4th degree would be the highest. And in the next videos, you're going to learn what it would be called. It has a special name when it's a 4th degree, but the highest degree is 4, and it's a trinomial because it's 3 terms.